Risk factors. I take my shoes off whenever I enter the house. My mom compares me to what her friends' kids are up to now. I cry every single time I watch the Pixar short film Bao. My dad thinks his grandkids will need my MCAT notes, so he refuses to throw them out. I like white rice without black beans. I never take the plastic off my phone screen, and I'm offended when you call me average because in my culture that adds up to being mean. You want to hear a crazy theory though? I really like doing Anki cards, and I think that's because my mom let me play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd rather do Tai Chi instead of PT. I wish Costco sold lychees, and my mom swears that herbal remedies are better than anything you'll find stocked at the pharmacies. But let me ask you, what do you see when you look at me? Is it that I'm at higher risk for getting HBV? Or how about when you're getting moisturized from splashing on a jet ski, I'm being hydrated from a Bullis IV because I got a different kind of Kawasaki. But you know what really makes my blood boil? Seeing so many Asians being burned from depression. I've taken pathology so I can see that some of it is due to microaggressions. For example, I had a classmate confuse me for another Asian the other day. I don't understand how, because we are different height, build, and have completely different feng shui. But I'm not surprised because we live in a world where people supported kimono being trademarked as an underwear by Kim K. But hey, whatever floats your boat. My grandparents are fresh off theirs. White people sing the national anthem as the rest of us use it as a tune to play musical chairs. And Asians, well, we don't always get a seat. You can only run so fast with your hands tied and bound feet. And by that I mean not all the damage comes from external. Asian children are supposed to take care of their parents, but that's not always full circle. Like, I light myself on fire to keep my family warm. So the only kind of rainy days they'll have is when I brainstorm. Any problems they have, I'm the one to take care of it. I do it so my family doesn't talk about me with shame and embarrassment. Because they already had adult expectations of me before birth, and now my self-esteem is defined by what my community says I'm worth. So I get the best grades, best hobbies for the best chance of success, so my parents can probably wear my college across their chest. But not everything goes as planned, no matter how hard I practice. And it's not always out of pride when some say their dad used to beat the average. I mean, they worked hard for us. So we work hard to show that we're grateful. We only can do so many nights eating dinner alone at the library table before it becomes fatal. See, as more Asian Americans commit to colleges, more of them also commit suicide. They are so desperate to see if the jade is truly greener on the other side. The worst part is that I don't think any suicide study on us is complete because we are 3 times less likely to reach out for help because having a mental disease means we are weak. And we're the model minority, right? All Asians make enough money to get that dinner bread, so we should just zip our lips and stay in our place, but then we're back to being zipper heads. And we're the children of immigrants who made it here without being capsized. Not rocking a boat is how we were told to behave when we were outside. But at this rate, we're trading in our mental health for fiscal wealth at a value that doesn't count for inflation, so now my life is like a movie remastered. I'm the crazy, rich Asian. And you saw the subtitles, they wouldn't match what I say. When you ask about my day, I'll say it was okay, but turn to closed captions, it's going to read, I only thought about killing myself once instead of the 5 times yesterday. And when I go to my doctor, I feel like I qualify for hospice. The PHQ-9 is the only test I didn't study for and think, I got this. I feel like I'm buried alive in my skin, like God got wrong my measurements, so instead of confidence, I show bruises that represents this coffin's dents. And my biggest regret is myself, slowly thinking that the best way to hold up the waist is with a belt. Or maybe gateway drugs are my ticket to the pearly ones. Life is all about balance, right? So for heaven to get an angel, the family buried one. My point is, mental disease warps your perception in a way that you can't explain to someone else. We view life as a trial where we didn't make the cuts, so we make them ourselves. Horizontal for attention, vertical for intention. And depression is like a slow bleed that no eyes can see, no test can measure. When Asian parents see the wound, all they know how to do is immediately apply pressure. They press, and their kids' souls become ischemic, and we study so hard just to word vomit on our tests and become academically bulimic. I'm sure you've seen it. College students in the US, the K-pop stars, don't ever believe that who you see is actually what we are. I won't say their names because I don't feel like I have permission, but I wrote this piece because I feel responsible as a future physician. I think it takes little skill to recommend pills that help the patient chill, and filling out that prescription is like writing the foreword to their will. Why is this so hard to understand that a conversation has a longer half-life than any medication, and getting the dosage right is easy because you just have to give them your full concentration. Help them see that a dose of high-velocity PB taken PO is not the way to go, that loading that pill into the clip can be substituted by a healthy patient-doctor relationship. Teach them that ledges is one of the few times where taking a step back is better than forward, and that a stiff joint is the only time they'll experience a cold shoulder. Use that stethoscope to see if their lungs have hope, and know that cries for help can be exhaled as laughter, and that faking smiles is an act that we've all mastered. I mean, Awkwafina, Constance Wu, and Donnie Yen showed Asians can be good actors, but they also proved I don't need to be a doctor or engineer to have a job that matters. So in conclusion, I'm proud to be Asian American. I'll say it now and forever after. But I also know it's more than just my culture or race. It's also a risk factor.